Hello there, men, and welcome to the Masculinism Movement channel, a place for men to talk about masculinity and men's rights and issues. I'm your host, Brian Crawl, and today we are going to be talking about masculinism versus feminism. The definition of feminism is the belief in the equality of women. And men generally don't contest that or try to take away women's basic human rights. Yes, they have the right to safety and security, to sovereignty and self-agency, the right to consent to sex and marriage or not, the right to work and get equal pay, etc., etc. However, feminism does not just want equality and equal opportunity. It also wants equity and equal outcome, which is actually quite unfair and unjust. And the movement of feminism, especially today, does not reflect this reductionistic phrasing of the dictionary definition. It is actually a biased movement that is against men and full of sexism, hate speech, and even violence against men, and the violation of our human rights and equality. Feminism is essentially a hate group. The very things that feminism claims to be against, such as sexist hate speech, are actually perpetrated by women to men under the newest fourth wave of feminism. Or perhaps I should call it the Fourth Reich of feminazism. And in a myriad of ways, women empower themselves by disempowering men and give themselves more rights and freedoms while infringing upon ours and oppressing us. Neo-feminism is more about man-hating and getting back at men and reverse sexism than it is about equality. It is discrimination against men on the basis of their gender, which is called misandry. With any political, sociological, or economic system, when you have push in one direction, there will eventually be an equal and opposite push back in the other direction. And so, with liberal extremist left-wing feminism has come a systematic reaction in the equal and opposite direction. And thus we have the conception of masculinism. The doctrine that men deserve at least equal rights and freedoms as women, and to be liberated from the matriarchy of a legal system that taxes men more heavily than women and oppresses and persecutes them more and allows them to be exploited by women and to have their rights violated or to be less than the rights of women. Masculinism is the revolution based around the cause of male liberty. It is a movement to bring men together in the fight against feminism so that we can live independent and free from the tyranny of gynocentrism. It involves men's rights activism, anti-feminist and anti-misandry messaging, and has crossover with other parts of the manosphere, such as MGTOW. If you're enjoying listening to what I have to say, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you feel I'm adding value to your life, you can also tip me at the PayPal link below in proportion to the amount of value added. Your support will help me be able to continue this work because the oppressive fascists at YouTube are against this kind of content and actively trying to suppress it. So it is only with the help of viewers like you that I'll be able to keep fighting the good fight against the evil fucking matriarchy. So to join in and make my contribution to the cause as a social scientist, I feel I can speak to many of the socio-political issues we are dealing with here in the fight between masculinism and feminism. And so that is why I started this channel and prepared a 250-page manifesto for the masculinist revolution. So I have a lot of content for you on masculinism and other related topics for men's rights, MGTOW, male independence and empowerment and self-actualization, and other aspects of the socio-politics, psychology, and philosophy of masculinity. There's going to be lots of videos coming out on this channel about all sorts of things and at all levels. And I hope that you will join in on the conversation on these issues that affect all of us men out there, so that we can connect and begin to join up and work together to win this battle against the tyrannical feminazis. Because it is only when we create a united front, as feminism has, that we will be able to defend ourselves, let alone actually win the entire gender war. The reason why women have been able to achieve their liberation from the patriarchy and create the feminist movement to gain their independence and empower themselves politically is because they stopped all of their infighting over men and instead united in their common cause, rejecting men more and more as time went on and becoming more and more adversarial towards us. They have an us versus them mentality towards us. They don't care about dividing themselves up into clans and fighting amongst themselves as men do. They are one great body united under the umbrella of feminism, while we men do not have a unified front and are too busy creating divisions and fighting over who is what kind of man. Are you a real man or not a real man? Are you a gentleman or an alpha man or a macho man? Or are you a beta cuck or incel or pussy or a bitch or faggot? Are you a Democrat or Republican or Christian, or what are you? What kind of man are you? Because if you aren't the kind of man that I am, then you aren't my kind of man, and we aren't going to get along. You know, feminists don't care about all of that. They just hate men and want to fight and dominate us. So us men need to put aside all of our demographic differences and stop shaming each other for not being enough of your kind of man, and learn to just get along despite any disagreements and differences we may have, and work together to stop the feminists from controlling us. We need to create a unified front under the cause of masculinism and men's lib and rights. Together, we will create a great army that will be able to reinstate the patriarchy back into order and return the balance and harmony to our culture. But only if we cooperate are we going to be able to do that. So please join me here and join the conversations and spread these messages that masculinism is here to fight feminism, and together we will win this war. That concludes this video. Thanks for listening. I hope I mansplained that good enough for you. If you like what you heard, please click the like button. And if you feel you gained some value from this video and would like to give some back, please do so with the PayPal link below, because your support helps fund me doing this work and fight the good fight for men like you. If you are ready to take the red pill and wake up from the matrix and the matriarchy controlling it and learn everything you need to know about female on male sexism, get your copy of my newly released book called Misandry Exposed, on sale now for a special price that won't last long. So check it out by clicking the link below. And otherwise, you can stay tuned for my next video coming out tomorrow. And otherwise, take care of yourselves, men, because no woman out there is going to.